I love to open new packages. There will be the latest information on the top funding opportunities for entrepreneurs who are seeking funding. Come along with me and Coach Raquel, and it is a passion project for me, so I'm so happy to bring this to you. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching. Episode 37.
Don't call me motherfucking trying to talk to me, find out some shit, talk about some gossip. Don't call me with no bad news. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't calling me to uplift me, if you ain't calling me to I'm not 911, I'm not in the mood, don't call me unless there's some love on the other end of the phone. Matter of fact, I'm working. I don't want nobody to call me. You know what I'm saying? Everybody do them. And
we just completed episode 37 of the show, and I just want to say to the people who show up every week to support me, whether it's in my job, my personal life, all the people who have good thoughts about me, kind thoughts, who pray for me, who show up and support me, especially those people who, when I do things, you actually uptake it. You sit and you listen to my podcast, you watch my podcast, you comment, you like, and that's encouragement for me. So I just want to say thank you. If anything I do benefits you in any way, please let me know. Please let me know so I can keep doing it and I can improve and I can do it even better and even more. I just want to share a couple of comments that I received, and I just want to say to these people, you wouldn't even know what it means to me. Strangers, you know, and I just want to say thank you so much for your comments. Jaden at Jaden Thomas -B for you needed the encouragement. I'm so happy I was there. I was able to do that, Jaden. Thank you so much for that. At Mason Miller -J7N, the way you talk about redesigning thoughts really resonates, especially after tough seasons like this. Bless your heart. At Thomas says, and all the information is on the screen. You can see their handles. Your poem for your mama brought tears. Thank you for sharing something so raw and real today. And another person at Dylan55 said, thank you, Raquel. And another person at Abigail Turner, healing vibes. At Zion commented, building real support systems is everything. Thank you for the reminder to invest in people who show up. Bless your heart. And another person said, powerful episode. I just want to say to these persons, thank you so much. It means so much to me. Sometimes the people closest to us can't find the time to invest in the things we do. And that's why sometimes we fail when we're together, because if we're not willing to make time to sacrifice for that which God has given us, we can't find time for the things God has given us, busy chasing what God has not given us that we feel we should have. I might have said that wrong, but it's really something that just came to, and it's something we really ought to think about. Yeah, when it comes to stewardship, your relationships, your friendships, your everything, all the things God has given us that we abandon and neglect while busy chasing what God hasn't given us, thinking that we know better than God, and that's what we need. And I'm asking God to help me see that I have all I need and help me to steward well over that. And in the cases where I feel like what I have access to does not serve me well, then help me to do the assessment I need to do to move in God's order. Because God, I'm going to end what I'm saying here, and let's go to the show by saying this: God's will be done. And in everything I do, all glory to God. This is episode 37 of the podcast, Refresh, Relax, Renew with me, Coach Raquel. Let's get into the show. Let's go.
Unlock your potential every Thursday with our podcast, Refresh, Relax, Renew. Join Coach Raquel as she guides you through personal development journeys. Each episode focuses on actionable steps to enhance your personal journey. The podcast features 3 main segments to keep you engaged. We start with discussions on trending topics relevant to your growth. Then we unbox solutions to common challenges we face daily. Finally, stay updated with fresh funding opportunities each week. Tune in every Thursday for new episodes, and see you there.
Hello, and welcome back to the show. Welcome back to Refresh, Relax, Renew with me, Coach Raquel. This is our 37th episode. Yes, episode 37. I want to say thank you so much for joining me. Welcome into the room, the space, the mindset. Welcome. I welcome you. We welcome you. The Calm Collective welcomes you. It's so good to be here. It's very early in the morning where I am. There's some workmen working in the yard they're building a wall. And so there are noises. So I have to make sure that I record ahead of time so that I don't have to say to you consistently, oh, I'm so sorry about that noise. I'm so sorry. Proactivity, right? I'm being proactive. Yeah. So how are you? How have you been? How's your day? How are your days? Your month? How is it this month? How was yesterday? How is this morning so far? Or how is today so far? How was yesterday and how is today going? How was your day today? It is my hope, my prayer that you had some fun moments, some surprise laughter, some little unplanned ticklish moments that just make you giggle. Just some unexpected beauty throughout the day, that just weren't planned, weren't coordinated, but they were just those little spurts of beauty and those beautiful moments that you were able to zone in on and capture throughout your day. And how is February going for you? It is my hope that I also hope that for this February that you've been having a beautiful month, and I know they celebrate February as Black History Month, but it's my, Kanye said this one, and I hope it was your future month. Black Future Month. All right. Yeah. And that does not mean that we do not honor the ancestors and we don't honor the past. We don't honor history. Of course, that's a foundation upon which we stand, but let's not, let's try not to carry their baggage into spaces where they won't serve us. You know what I mean? Honor them by all means, but we don't have to. We can use the bridge. We don't have to carry the bridge with us. You know what I mean? So also, how is your year going? 2026 is here, and it's been moving. For me, I feel like it's been moving pretty quickly. Yeah, and for me, it's been, I don't know, like 2026 has really, I feel like it's matured me. I feel like 2026 requires an adult me, to act with responsibility and accountability and maturity, adultness, if there's such a term. It requires of me to stand on my feet. And, it's also been, I feel like it's also been a bit emotional, but very transformative. This year for me so far has been very revealing. It's been quite miraculous too. I've had some, oh my gosh, oh my goodness moments. I've had some, wow, God is working moments. I've had some, oh my gosh, God is really using me moments. I've had some, oh my gosh, God is with me. Like God is with me. I'm not alone. 2026 is proving to be a year of fortitude for me. I hope that makes sense. But yes, I feel like it's fortifying me. Like it's sometimes I feel like I'm being prepared for something that I'm not fully aware of. Yeah, like almost like just the way, like just the different things. Like, oh my gosh, this is what 2026 has felt like for me. I feel like 2026, um, oh my gosh, might be the year of full circle for me from my major life transformation of 2016. Like I really feel that I am living in a puzzle. Like I feel like um it's like it's like I'm fitting it, or like I'm opening, I feel like I'm opening a box, like a gift, right? But it's like I'm in the process of it. It's like I am opening in the box, but and every little minute I see a little bit, and I'm like, oh my gosh, look at that. That makes sense. And as I keep opening, something else happens. And then it's like there's more opening happening. And the more I open, it's like, oh my gosh, everything is beginning to make sense for me. I am not a crazy person. To be honest with you, for a very long time, I used to like pray, and I used to be concerned for myself, like, oh my gosh, Raquel, what you just what you just said is sounds crazy. Nobody's going to understand this. Who's going to understand that this really happened? And 2026 is also the year when I walk in when I begin to learn and begin to walk in confidence, um on in confidence, with regards to my relationship with God. And 2026 is the year I start shedding the shame of having a relationship with God. And it's helping me find confidence and realize that I don't need to be ashamed because God spoke to me and because God is in my life. And you know what I mean? Like I used to really be so ashamed of it, to say, oh my gosh, God talked to me, or God, and I wouldn't even, I never even used to say God, because I just felt like, first of all, I felt unworthy. Secondly, I felt like, child, please, which God talked to you? Like, to be honest with you, when I believed in God, I didn't know God. I didn't. There was a time I believed in God. Most of my life, I believed in God, but I did not know who God was. It was a belief in a thing. And I think that there was a part of me that felt like, girl, they say it exists. You don't know it exists. So I didn't doubt it, but it was difficult for me to embrace it and to have confidence in it. You know what I mean? Because it was just a belief. But now, baby, let me tell you something. Know God for yourself. Know God for yourself. And it's interesting because God, I think it was like 2025 when God started saying I should use the hashtag know God for yourself. And I started doing it. And I'm telling you, I just went down this road of knowing God for myself. And now that I know God, I don't believe in God. It's a crazy thing. And let me explain. Now that I know God, I don't believe in God because the evidence is so much, it is unbelievable to me. It's unbelievable. God is unbelievable. I cannot believe God is in my life. I cannot believe God talks to me. I can't believe that God literally, there's so much evidence of he said this, it happened over time, and dots are connecting, and I'm not crazy. And I really heard the voice, and he really appeared in my dream, and he really did these things. And I asked for that, and it's really here. I'm looking at it. I'm living in the house that I asked for, that God answered. I am a living, breathing, I'm the living, breathing evidence of God. And that is unbelievable for me. It's totally unbelievable. If I don't have the brain bandwidth to believe all this, to believe there's a God, because there's so much evidence. I know there is a God, and I know that God is with me. I know God is with me because of the evidence, and that's why it's so important for us to walk in truth, no matter what truth attracts, no matter what it brings. Truth is pain, yes, but guess what happened? It's beautiful pain. But if you don't walk in truth, you will never truly know the magnitude of God in your life, nor will you fully understand the possibilities of your life, nor will you fully understand the evidence of God in your life. Because oftentimes, when things look certain ways, and based on the definition we give to things, sometimes we blame our things for what we blame ourselves for things that we don't understand, that we did not do that. God did that in our lives, and God used you to make a decision that you may have thought in the moment it wasn't a good decision. But as you grow, and as the world turns, and you look back, you connect the dots, and you realize, oh my God, I thought that was such a horrible thing, but thank God it happened. So that's what I'm saying. You've got to walk in truth, no matter how tough it is, no matter how painful it feels, because the more you do it, the more comfortable it becomes, the more normalized, and the more natural it becomes for you. And the more you start realizing how amazingly beautiful and wonderful and intentional God is in your life, how beautiful you are, how wonderful you are, and how intentional God truly is in your life. But if you don't walk in truth, you won't experience it, because you'll be assigning meanings to things that aren't really so, because you don't know. But the only way to for the beauty of God to unfold in your life is to walk in the ugly truth of your life. It's I don't know how to explain it, but that's what it is. Like, you've just got to trust that you are not by mistake, that you are inherently a child of God, and that if you just trust the process, you will be amazed to know that God is more with you than you think. And so you don't have to fall into patterns of evil. You don't have to fall into patterns of negativity. You don't have to fall into patterns of jealousy and envy and all of that, because you realize that your life is exactly where it's supposed to be. And I'm not saying it's easy, but it's so worth it. It is worth it, and you deserve it. You deserve it. You so deserve it. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for joining me right here on Refresh, Relax, Renew, episode 37. I'm Coach Raquel. And now I want to go over to share I'm going to share one of my poems with you from my book that I wrote. I authored this book, Poetic Emotions, yes. And I'd like to share one of my poems from this book with you at this moment in time. Oh my gosh, it's such a lovely opportunity and a blessed opportunity to be here with you in this moment. I'm so happy to be here. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to section 3. That's where it opened. I like to go right where it opens. So this is section 3, and it says seeking peace. It reads, seeking peace. All right, I read this one last week, so I'm not reading it again this week. Oh, I like this poem, actually. I remember when I wrote this poem, I was sitting on top of, is that where it was? I started writing this poem sitting on top of an old tank while I was in college. I finished this poem when I was living at a place called Lee's Flat, and I remember I was actually visiting a neighbor's yard, and I remember, oh my gosh, I remember I was standing under a tree. It was one of those trees where it was one of those trees that have leaves, pretty leaves, like colored leaves, like orangish, reddish leaves. And I remember I was under it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is where I would like to be. The place in my mind, when I think of a place in my mind where I want to be, this is how I want to feel. This is where I want to be. I don't know, like it's like, I don't know if you've ever seen any of those images with horses it's almost like horses running on the grass, and the leaves are just coming down. You know what I mean? Like, oh, anyway, that's how this poem was written. So I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to share it with you. Okay. All right. So the title of the poem is beautiful. The title of the poem. I love the smell. Oh, it smells like a library book, but it has not been in in any library that I'm aware of. Anyway, but here we go. So it reads: I'd like a change of venue, a place inside my mind, a place where flowers bloom, a place of pure delight. I'd select only my truest friends, whose thoughts are tried and true, a place where no one is poor and no eyes are black and blue. I'd like a change of venue, where innocence is given a chance. I'd like a place where boys and girls can be just that. A place where birds sing at night, not hurling shots of fire. The place God intended, before Him we retired. I'll find me a place inside my deepest thoughts, a sanctuary a sanctuary beyond the noise, where peace of mind is not borrowed, but mine to own forever. Wow. I'll find me a place inside my deepest thoughts, a sanctuary beyond the noise, where peace of mind is not borrowed, but mine to own forever. And that was my poem, A Place Inside My Mind. I feel almost teary-eyed because I cannot believe I wrote that. But I felt every word, and it's so interesting that as I was reading it, honestly, as I was reading it, I felt like I'm at that place, or I feel like I'm almost at that place, like I'm in the vicinity of that place, like I'm at some version of that place. But it's weird because as I'm saying it to you, it's almost like the voice in my head is like, oh, you think? Oh, I have so much more for you. So it's like I'm saying, I feel like I'm at that place, but the voice in my head is like, oh, you're not there yet, baby girl. You're not there yet, but you're very close. You're very close. I think the author was seeking contentment. Look at my beautiful horse right there. Isn't that the scene I just described? The horse on the lawn and the flowers. I wasn't even thinking about it, to be honest. I was just speaking my truth. You see, this is why the power of your truth, the power of truth or lie, you have to exist in the real world, in your real world. You have to be true to yourself, because what you're being true to is manifesting around you. Okay, it's manifesting around you. I'm looking at my backdrop and I'm like, girl, you just described your backdrop. Okay. I'm trying to tell you, like, I've been having these moments, just these beautiful, wonderful moments. And sometimes I feel like the only thing is missing is two arms wrapped around me. But anyway, God is with me, and I may not have two arms wrapped around me, but I'm telling you, there's a light that encircles me sometimes. I don't know where it comes from, but it's this beautiful. I'm beginning to really think to myself, like, hold on, am I being introduced to the Holy Spirit? Because I keep feeling this. I've been experiencing this, and it happened for the first time this year, like this light moving around me. That's the only way I can describe it. It's like a light that just is flowing over me, and I'm telling you, it's like I'm being, oh my God, it's like I'm being elevated. It's like the most comforting, warm, beautiful peace I've ever known, you know? And at first, when I started experiencing this, I actually thought it's because I was going to pass away. I thought it was because maybe I'm dying. So, that's the feeling people feel when, feel like, okay, you're released from this life and you're entering a more beautiful one. But that's not it. It's this peace. It's this, I can't explain it. I'm just grateful and humbled that I could ever that could this could ever even happen for me. And maybe this is how you've always been living, but it's new for me. It's very new for me. So I'm just humbled and grateful. I hope you enjoyed that poem. I certainly did. I think I'm going to read it one more time. One more time. I'd like a change of venue, a place inside my mind, a place where flowers bloom, a place of pure delight. I'd select only my truest friends whose thoughts are tried and true, a place where no one is poor and no eyes are black and blue. I'd like a change of venue where innocence is given a chance. I'd like a place where boys and girls can be just that. A place where birds sing at night, not hurling shots of fire. The place God intended before Him we retired. I'll find a place inside my deepest thoughts, a sanctuary beyond the noise, where peace of mind is not borrowed, but mine to own forever. A place inside my mind. I hope you find that place inside your mind. Thank you for listening. Poetic Emotions by Raquel R. Reese. It's on Amazon and it's on my website as well. Oh, wow. That was so beautiful, though. To me, it was. I hope it was for you, too. Because, yeah. I feel like I'm floating. Oh my goodness. Wasn't that just gorgeous? That was so beautiful.
Gospel Foundation International Healing Ministries is a Bible-based ministry. Through worship, prayer, and deliverance, we help individuals find restoration. We equip believers to build stronger families and healthier communities. Footprints of Faith Radio shares real stories of healing and hope. Bible Talk for Children helps kids develop strong moral foundations. Apply for sponsored digital advancement support for growing your reach. Your support makes this possible. We're aiming for a $500 monthly goal. Support, partner, or give today at gfihministries.org/give. To Unboxing Solutions, where we unwrap more than packages, we unwrap possibility. Every tool you see is chosen with care, purpose, and real-life use in mind. If what you create deserves to be opened, explored, and put to work, this is that space.
It's time for unboxing. Oh my gosh. Welcome to, or thanks for staying with us here on Refresh, Relax, Renew. It's now time for us to go into unbox solutions with me. Now, for today, we're not really unboxing anything per se. However, today there are a couple of things that I want to find that I haven't been able to locate yet. And today we're just going to be going through Amazon to see what is there that I might want to add to my cart, and also to see what is already in my cart, because I promise you something is in there. I have some things in there. So we're going to go into my cart, we're going to clean it up, and we're going to see what we need to get. All right, so let's go. What's there? Okay, so first let's start in my cart. Let's see what I already have there. Okay. As you can see, I have had them in there for a little bit. So the image, my mouse is not working, so I have to. All right, so right now what I have in my cart, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, like this cup right here, this glass. Oh, it went somewhere else. Yeah. All right, so this glass right here that I have right here, I think it is so cool. So cool. I don't know if you're seeing it properly, but if I click it, it's going to open a new tab and you won't see it. Now, this cup it's a glass cup shaped in the shape like a book. You see it right here, like it's shaped like it's like a book, like a stack of books. Oh my gosh, I think it's so cute, and I cannot wait to get it. It's a 2025 new 3D book glass mug, hot or cold gift for book lovers. A gift for myself. Hello, yes. And I also have in here two-piece hair bonnet for sleeping, satin bonnet, but this is kind of not really what I want. I would like one that has like, I'm gonna have to look for a different one. I want one that have like cotton or something at the front, like material cloth, and then the silk at the back. Yeah, but I definitely need some silk. Yeah, that thing. Yes, and then I'm gonna remove this because I don't feel like I like this anymore. But I definitely I'm looking for. I would like to get like 3 really nice jackets. To be honest with you, I really feel like it's black jackets that I want, because I have this new show, new podcast I'm going to be co-hosting, and I feel like I want to wear black jacket as a main feature for that show. So I don't know what these colored ones are doing in here, but I like them. So I'm not even strong enough to remove them. And then this, oh, well, this can, I like that t-shirt, but no, it can go. I like this dress, but it can be saved for later. And these are some tees I also wanted to get, but I'm not ready to get them yet. So yes, that's what I have so far. But, right, one of the things that I'm looking for, okay, so this is at $49. Maybe we can take, oh, they said if I buy for $49, I can get free shipping. So let's see. This is free shipping. Oh, the bonnet is not free shipping. Goodbye, bonnet. Nah, the bonnet is not that important for me to pay for it to be shipped. Something like that. I don't need to pay for it to be shipped. But you know what I want to look for? I've been trying to find something to, so I had some flower petals and I had a bath with them, and it can make the tub, the basin, discolored a little bit, and not a little bit, discolored, and I don't like it. And the other day I purchased a stain remover. I opened it on here, but that stain remover, it seems it's for grout. I mean, it might work because I haven't tried it yet, but I know it's to remove the stain from the grout. But I feel like I don't feel like I've gotten what I'm looking for. So let's see. Restore whiteness in bath tub basin. Let's see what happens. Hang on. Oh, look at this. You see, we've got to ask the right questions. You have to ask the right questions. Before, I kept looking for stain remover to remove stains, blah, blah, blah. But just now when I was doing it, I was like, no, I need bathtub. So this says tub and tile paint refinishing kit. Bathtub paint kit with tools, white tub paint for bathtub, shower. What is that? I wasn't thinking of painting anything. Is that what they do? I'm just looking for something that I can use to wash it and it restores the whiteness. Tub and shower repair kit, white fiberglass tub and porcelain repair kit, acrylic, enamel. What does this mean? Tub and tile repair. Does any of you are you aware of any thing I can purchase for this? Do you know of any solution that I can use for this to wash my tub so it stays white? I know that for like my face basin, I use vinegar to get rid of the chlorine, the buildup of chlorine, to keep it clear so that the chlorine does not build up and have that white thing on the top. But um I don't know, like I just thought, I mean, I don't know. Anyway, I was gonna say when persons clean and stuff like that, I would think that that's something that they would take care of, but it doesn't happen. So I want to take care of it, and I'm trying to find the right solutions to help me to be able to do that. Paint is not what I'm looking for. I'm not looking to paint anything. I just need a solution that would help me to clean the tile. Not the tile, it's not a tile, it's a basin, to clean the basin. So I also want to get some of a couple of these, but I have not yet seen the one I want, like this one. I like this one. Am I still here? Yeah, I like this one. I really want to get a set of these. But again, little things like these, when I buy them, I want to get them free shipping. So I know I'm going to have to search some more. But those are the things that I'm looking for. And these are the things that I'm going to add this anyway, because I really like this one. And ooh, look at this one. I like this. It's cute, isn't it? Cute. I like this black one as well. See, I like the colored one, but I want one that has like multicolors. I like this jacket a lot. I was looking at this jacket as well. I really like this jacket. I want some big jackets, you know. That's cute too. That's cute. I like it. Right. I like these. All right. Well, these are the things I'm looking at for my next purchase. And you know, I have a habit of sometimes, and I want to purchase this book, but I don't know why it's so expensive for me to ship it. Footprints of Faith. Oh my gosh, it opens in a new thing. This book right here is what I'm talking about. I haven't purchased it because the shipping is like $23. So I have to make sure I have to ship it when I'm buying something else or something. Yeah, but what shower basin cleaner. I think this is the one that is this the one I got? No, that's not it. But I already have this. What I need is a solution. What should I type in? Please help me. What do I need to type in order to, oh, this one, OxyClean, okay. Bathroom cleaner, shower, tub and tile, power, okay, that's something. This is something to look into. Yeah. Cannot be shipped, but at least I can purchase it here. All right. So anyway, I already have these brushes and stuff. So I just wanted to share this with you. So this is pretty much what's in my cart. So not unboxing today, but these are some of the things that I want to get. Because of where I live, I don't go over $100 at any time, so that I'm not taxed. I'm always trying to budget, you know. And listen, that's a tip for when you're shopping, right? If you shop with wisdom. And you see, there are 3 ways that I've learned how one makes money. 3 ways. You inherit it or you're given it. It's given to you or you inherit it. Well, given to you, whether through inheritance or someone gifted to you, right? It's given to you, or you work for it and earn it, and then it's paid to you, and then you save it, and that's through discount, putting it away, not using it, someone saving you from spending it. So however you can save money, that's the tip for today. Save your money. So for me, when I'm shopping, because of where I'm located, I am very aware that if I go over a certain amount of money, I'm going to now have to pay custom fees. I don't have that kind of budget, and I don't want to spend that money unless I really, really am purchasing something where I really have to do that and it's worth it, right? Otherwise, I'm not paying custom to get like some little things that are not that critical that I don't have to get. It's not immediate, it's not in a hurry, it's not critical. No, I'm not doing that. I'm going to purchase it. I'll make multiple purchases. So that's my tip for you. When I want to save, I make multiple purchases under $100 rather than purchasing something that goes over the 100 in one order. I don't mind having multiple orders because again, I also don't even know when I place an order. Sometimes I want some packages to come together, but I don't determine that either. Amazon determines if if I purchase 10 items, will they all come in that same delivery? That's not always the case. So I can purchase 10 things, and the 10 things come in with different couriers and come at different times. So there's no real meaningful reason for me to put myself in a position where I'm not managing my spending with wisdom so that I don't spend money I don't have to spend. I don't want to spend what I don't have to spend. I want to spend what I have to spend. What is required in order to get what I want, but I don't want to overspend. I don't want to waste my money. I don't want to throw it away. I don't want to give it to people just because, so that's one of the tips. I make sure that I purchase within the scope that allows for me to save money, right? And then also the next thing I was going to say is when I'm purchasing things, sometimes it takes a while for me to purchase it. If it's not something that I need right now, like there's a practical need for it or there's an urgent need for it, no, I'll scope and go through, put them in my cart and everything. And then when I go back, because even sometimes, and that's how I manage my shopping, because I don't want to be an impulsive shopper either. So I will put things in my cart because I'm like, oh my gosh, this looks so cute, blah, blah, blah. So I'll put them in my cart. And just like a while ago when I went to my cart, some of the things that are there, I didn't like them. I don't like them anymore. I don't like them anymore because one of the reasons I do this, one of the reasons I started doing this is because I found that I'll be buying things and after buying them, I don't like them anymore. I don't want them anymore. And then I would move certain things to my cart. And then when I go into my cart, and I look at it, I'm like, I don't feel like I like this anymore. I'm not, so if I don't like it anymore, I'm like, I delete it. If I'm not sure, like, you know what, I'll save it for later and I drop it down here. And there. See, as you can see, save for later, I have 234 items, okay, that are there. See? So this way, I'm not an impulsive shopper and I get to really double think, do I really want this or not? Do I still like it? Am I sure? Things like that. But when it comes to something that I know that, okay, I need this, I don't have to double think it. I need this. I'll just go there and I'll just get it. You know what I mean? So this is what I wanted to share with you today. Whenever I make the order for these things, you will know because I'm going to unbox them here, and I will also remind you of when I spoke about it here. So this will be our unboxing for today. I'm Coach Raquel, and we're going to go on now to our next segment.
Strong organizations are built on more than strategy, they're built on people. At Human Impact Development Consulting, we help organizations strengthen leadership and support staff well-being. We put clear people systems in place that actually work. From HR advisory and policy development to leadership support, we cover it all. Our approach is practical, ethical, and people-centered. If ready for clarity, confidence, and sustainable impact, visit sandrinedunkley.com. Human Impact Development Consulting, where people systems meet performance. This is Free Money Wednesdays, where funding meets vision. Access becomes strategy, the fastest way to get attention. Apply for funding that lets them see your brand in motion. If you're building something worth backing, visibility starts here.
Time for us to talk about money. And this segment is what we call Free Money Wednesdays. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm just overflowing. That's how I feel like. I'm overflowing. Oh, God is so good to me. I'm so humbled and so thankful. So this I was gonna say this young lady, this person that you're looking at, was a client of one of the members in my network. And so Dr. AJ Austin, and she wrote, I'm sorry, yeah, she's actually, because it's a women's group. It's a women's entrepreneur group. My grant coaching client Tay won the 20,000 Intuit MailChimp QuickBooks Small Business Hero Grant Award. Oh my gosh. Congratulations. Congratulations. I'm sharing this with you. It says my own lane aquatics. Wow, so that's the name of her company. 20,000. Oh my gosh, into it. This is beautiful 2026 Small Business Hero program. We want to say thank you to the persons who gifted this funding, and we want to say congratulations to the winner of this grant. Oh my gosh. Do you see? I want you to see the power of network, right? Now, I'm a part of that network, and I have a channel where I talk about these things. And so we're celebrate, and me in sharing this information with you also promotes her business. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Like, anyway, network. So congratulations to my own lane aquatics. I'm going to go find you. I'm going to check you out, see who you are, see how I can support you more, and all that good stuff. All right, now I want to also go to my website, the blog, the funding blog. All right, so far, February 6th is gone, 12, 14, 24. Today's what date? So you're watching this on the 19th. Okay, one closed today, but there is one there for the 24th. There are two there for the 24th. So we still have grants that are open for the 24th. We have Notice of Funding Opportunity, DTOS, is that 5926 RA Build, grants.gov. And we have February 27, the Impact 100 Grant Cycle. We have that expires on the 27th. And then there's some grants on here that that we call it, it's called rolling grants. So it's something that happens on a continuous basis. On the 28th, we have Black Impact Web Grant. That deadline is for February 28th. Also for February 28th, we have Kanthari Leadership Program, scholarship-based micro project funding program. Yes. And then we have the Embassy of Japan Grassroots Human Security Projects, Namibia, right? And is there any other? Let's see. Let's keep going. Right. Again, for the 28th as well, we have the Massage Therapy Foundation Research Grants Program and Research Support Awards. And then we have for the 26th, Human Animal Bond Research Institute Research Grants. We have also International Peace Research Association Foundation, Small Peace Research Grant, ARDF Annual Open Grant, that's grant program, that's on the 20. The deadline is for the 20. And then we have for the 21st, Adewuyi, something like that, Research Animal Foundation, Research Animal Grant Program. That deadline is February 21. And any more? Oh, there are many, man, because we have the Gen Foundation Grant Program, deadline February 27. And February 20, Royal Society Davy Medal nominations. On the 28th deadline for the 28th, you have Welcome Trust, I4A Access Grant Program. And then for the 26th, NRDI Fund, Research Infrastructure Use Support, Hungary. And that's deadline is on the 26th. All right. So, and then you have the DWF Foundation grants again for February 28th, 2026. So there are grants that are still, that still have deadlines in February that are still open that you can apply for. Yes, 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 absolutely, absolutely. So all you have to do to get this information is go to my website, mycoachministry.com, and just scroll on that homepage. It's right there. Or you can go to /blog. There are times when I'm in positions where I'm a part of conversations, or I receive information, or things pass by me, that money pass by me, or money opportunities pass by me, or they're lingering in my face, or people are saying, Raquel, do you know anybody, or they're having conversations around me, and I remain silent. But I'm saying there are moments where opportunities for other people to earn sit right at my eye level, right? Where I could just say, oh, this person, right? But I sit frozen. I resort or resign to keeping my mouth closed, not moving, not recommending, not saying anything. Just as when I opened the show, the program, I shared with you. You see, there are some times where sometimes we work with people with fixed mindsets. People who they're stuck in a way of doing things. What I'm saying is, sometimes I have to ask myself, why are we doing something? Is it just for the moment to be able to say, oh, hi, this is me, and and I'm so cute, and is that why we're doing it? Because the reason for me I get confused sometimes is the complaints, and also sometimes is it because you feel like your time is coming to an end and you need to have impact? Or I'm not saying anyone is doing this per se. I'm just saying we need to question our motives when we're out here talking about stewarding things for God. We want to build this and we want to build that. Do we really want to do that, or are we just hustling? But this time we're putting the tag of, we're trying to dress it up so it looks like we want to earn, and we want to be entrepreneurs. We've got to become serious about it. We have to walk in the truth of it. Because I'm telling you, sometimes in persons, the complaints that they bring sometimes, and I'm not saying I don't have that, because maybe I'm showing up this way in other areas of my life. The very thing I say I want is the very thing I keep complaining about. I went through that with love, right? So I'm not just saying this is a you thing or whatever. It's an us thing. If we are going to build in a way that we can attract funding and not having to bleed ourselves out, or to run ourselves into a wreck, then we must take an interest in learning what we're building. Systems only work when people use them. Systems only work when people use them. And I can testify to hearing people talk about wanting to do this and wanting to do that and wanting to do big things, but still does not use the system when it's presented to them. Let me tell you how I work. I'm a supporter. I'm not a leader. And oftentimes I think people expect me to lead because I'm so good at my job at supporting. And I'll hear people complain about things. And as I'm listening to them asking for things, I'm literally putting the solution in the spaces they're supposed to be in daily. It's like someone who's walking on a particular path from home to school. And that person says to me, oh my gosh, every time I get to that big rock, there's a dog behind there barking at me. And I literally go down there, found the dog, relocated the dog, and I know the dog is no longer barking, but you're still talking about the dog, the barking dog, which tells me you haven't done your work. You may have skimmed over it, you may have skipped over it, you may have memory of the dog, but I know I moved the dog. I know I closed the dog's mouth. I know that instead of having a dog barking, I have a cat smiling. And so when you come to me about something more than once, and you're telling me, and as soon as I say something, they're letting you know, oh, I've been doing it. Where have you been doing it? Because I'm studying you. I know when you've done it and I know when you haven't done it. Because I'm walking beside you and I tell you, if you take one step, I take two. So I know when I do something and you haven't really checked it. For example, sometimes I'll hear my clients raise issues and I'll come on my podcast, I'll do the research, come on my podcast and put the solution out there. And I still hear them complaining, which means that you're a part of the network. You want me to help you with something, but you don't even listen to what I'm saying. See, because this is what persons want. They want you to do the work. You should go do the homework for them, and then you should come and feed them. You should come and get spoon and feed them. You need to have a conscience with the people who support you. If they go and they build something, they should not, and then they come and demonstrate to you how it's used, present it to you, give you the information. You have to have good conscience to know now it's your time to go feed yourself. Because if you don't have that attitude, you will not be able to build any scale of a business that serves anyone in any big way. Because you are going to have to also train them to do the same thing with you. And so we have to know that systems only work when people use them. So stop complaining and go learn your systems, your business, because it's not the business that you opened 10 years ago, a year ago, a month ago. It has taken wings and legs since then. It is growing, it's becoming, and you have to learn it at every stage. The same thing as you do when you have a child. I have to constantly study my clients in order to source solutions for the challenges I'm hearing them speak about, because I want them to win. You have to feed yourself after I've done the work. I can't come and feed you. Now, and I'm not speaking to any specific client, I'm just speaking in general. Now, for example, well, yeah, that's all I want to say about that. Passive income requires discipline and structure. See, oftentimes people say to me, how do you do all of these things and blah, blah, blah. When it comes to my business, I'm strategic, I'm coordinated, I'm organized. And this is why, for example, when I have clients that don't use the system, but come to me outside of that system, I reject it. And let me tell you why I reject it. I reject it because if I don't curtail you, if I don't apply discipline with you, if I don't manage my relationship with you and stand on my boundaries with you, I would never be able to operate a passive. I would never be able to run a passive system or a passive work environment. You would have me working like doing manual labor. Because if I post something, for example, let's say one of my clients asked me for an information about something, or let's say they didn't even ask me, or they just raised an issue. They posted in my report, my report and issue group. They posted an issue. I'm going to respond to that issue. Yeah. Not only am I going to reply to the direct issue, but I will go. I have a weekly boost that I do. I do a research and I write the boost around that issue. I'll come on my podcast and I'll present topics that covers that issue, different aspects of that issue. That is how I move. And then I will have persons still contact me when you're not supposed to, taking me out of my not virtual, but my passive existence or work mindset, to now have me doing manual work, because being on the phone with you is manual work. So you need what I'm trying to. I'm not trying to shame my clients, nor am I trying to hurt I love my clients. But I want I want not just my clients, but all of you who are listening to me to understand, for if you are not mindful about what you're doing, you won't be able to achieve what it is you're proclaiming that you want to achieve. If you want to earn passive, you have to learn systems and the structures that would empower your clients. Because I always tell my clients this, whatever you do to me, your clients are going to do to you. They're going to do to you. You're in my network, you'll be just as impacted. And I stand on my boundaries too. So if you get uncomfortable, if you want to have good positive experiences with me and pleasant experiences with me, then you have to respect my boundaries and my policies. And the moments when you start having moments that are not so pleasing, if you are honest with yourself and if you speak truth to yourself, it's when you're seeking to, you're not respecting my boundaries, right? And I'm very communicative. I communicate. Okay, so and also we have to learn how. So we have to make sure that we understand that passive income requires discipline and structure. You have to study the system you have. And this is so important to me because I want my clients to live the life they dream of. I don't want to sit and do no heavy lifting when they don't have to. That's why I work so hard. And I do the work to build structures and systems around them to serve. And so, and if they learn it and they really apply it, I'm telling you, they won't have to ask me how I do it because they would be doing it. I'm telling you. And they won't have to experience burnout. So it really is, I hope I'm saying it correctly because I'm saying this because I care. You know what I mean? And this is something we have to think about. Growth with structure or comfort with stagnation. What do you want? Do you want comfort with stagnation or growth with structure?
Women and Men of Excellence Outreach Ministries is a global church without walls. We're serving communities through live services, prayer intervention, and outreach that changes lives. Support our $500 monthly giving drive at wamoe.org/give. Shop with purpose at faithmerchandise.com, featuring Dr. Faith's Miracle Lemonade. Book Dr. Faith for therapy, speaking, or ministry at drfaithreborn.com. Grow through professional connection and vocational training at theexcelproject.com. Subscribe to our monthly newsletter and follow us on socials at WAMO Ministries. Become a great motivator. Help us empower minds for success in the kingdom of God.
Now, allegedly, where we slow the story down. This is about insight versus impact, learning from what we observe. Instead of paying the price ourselves, their experiences become our education. So growth doesn't have to come with damage.
Allegedly is where truth meets opinion and headlines meet hard questions. So welcome to Allegedly with me, Coach Raquel. And of course, there's this little thing I like to say that when it comes to talking about other people's stories, I'm extremely mindful because pain has purpose, and every individual, as far as I'm concerned, until God tells me otherwise, is divine. And I've not yet met a person, and I've met all sorts of persons. And I've not yet met a person where my spirit, my God, has said to me, this one is evil, or maybe it's just that I don't perceive evil. I don't know what it is, but I have not had that experience yet. What I've experienced is that people are divine and God is intentional, and for every life, God has his purpose and he's executing that purpose in their life. And because of that, when I speak on people's stories, I am very mindful that I'm entering potentially dangerous territories. So I ought to tread carefully. With that said, To the extent that I speak about the stories that are in the media, it's because I want to be a positive voice where we transform gossip into growth. I use their stories to have conversations, discussions, ask questions, so that I can be inspired to do my self work, to extract wisdom from whatever they're going through. And I just want to say, God bless these people who are positioned as or examples or as the laughing stock, so that I can present myself better, so I don't become the laughing stock, so to speak. So I'm just saying, I honor these people. I thank every single one of them who I'm going to be speaking about, um, because their story is going to allow me to grow, to expand, to transform, to move with wisdom, to be thoughtful, to work on myself so I can have breakthroughs. So it's actually a gift, and I'm thankful. I'm thankful that I did not have to walk in their shoes, because while pain has purpose, pain ain't fun. It isn't fun either. It's not fun. It's a real life thing. And so today, and before I go there, let me just go to the copyright disclaimer. Everything I use here it's with respect to this copyright disclaimer under section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. We're not seeking to infringe on anyone's rights. This episode of Allegedly, I'm really thinking on projected entitlement and public expectations. It's something that it's really bothering me. It's bugging me, I don't know where culture is not it's not accidental. And I'm trying to figure out where in our culture or when we got to a place where we feel so entitled to people's brain power, peace of mind, attention, intention. You know what I mean? It's like there's this entitlement that I hear, and I'm like, I don't quite understand it, and I don't understand where it came from, and I think it should go back to wherever it came from, because it's not right and it's not fair. The first one I'm going to talk about is Tyra Banks. So let me go for the story. Netflix drops America's Next Top Model documentary. Okay, critics say it's not flattering to Tyra Banks. And the story was by, just to credit, Connor Murray, Forbes staff. Murray is a Forbes news reporter covering entertainment trends. Man, the view. Okay, so reality check inside America's Next Top Model, a 3-part docuseries on the hit reality show of the 2000s, dropped on Netflix on Monday, with revelations about some of the series' most infamous moments. As critics say, the series paints host Tyra Banks in an unflattering light. All right, so it says here, key facts. Banks sat for an interview for Reality Check, but she's not a producer on the documentary, which also includes interviews with former contestants, producers, and judges from America's Next Top Model. The docuseries covers some of the show's controversial moments, including some of Banks' clashes with contestants and fellow judges, as well as the alleged promotion of disordered eating and culture of body shaming on the show. It says, what does Reality Check say about Banks? The documentary appears to place some of the blame for the show's body shaming and eating disorder culture on Banks, who created the show in 2003 and executive produced and hosted it for much of its 24 season run. Wow, that was a good run. The docuseries plays clips that depict Banks calling a black model's skin ashy, telling another contestant who was subjected to fat shaming comments multiple times to get a burger and take the bread off, and urging model Danny Evans to close a gap in her teeth, according to a review by The Cut. Evans, who was interviewed in the docuseries, accused Banks of attempting to make good television at my expense, saying, "It's my life and it was toyed with consciously." Hold on, I have to stop right here. Now, okay. Okay, here are my thoughts. This could also have been a strategic move by Tyra to do this, which would have been smart. If you really want to bring it back, you kind of want to address the issues. You want to test. You want to put it out there and see. Okay, test the waters. It's like when you do a project, right? And you get to a place where you have to do the assessment to see what happened, especially if you want to go further or move. And I think I would do this. I would make this move. I would do this documentary, have this documentary done if I was Tyra, to throw everything at the wall before I bring it back, so that whatever needs to come out now and not overshadow what I have coming up, right? So I would commission such a thing. So I'm going to bear in mind that this could very well have been exactly what Tyra set out to achieve, right? Now, on the other hand, it's interesting how they're reporting it, almost like they're hanging it around her neck. Yes, I understand she executive produced it, but it was a product and a program that she created that I think can be vetted on its own merit. It doesn't have to be personal. It doesn't have to hang around her personal neck. I mean, when we vet companies, do we always hang it around the owner's neck? Don't we talk about, oh, the burger tastes this way? We can keep it business, can't we? Can't we just look at the product and assess the product and evaluate the product, and it doesn't have to get to the person? Because I feel that if you're going to evaluate the people, the human resource involved, it shouldn't just be Tyra. It should be everybody. Everyone was at work. Her role as executive producer is a job title. That's a work title. So she was one of the employees too. It's just that she might have been the employee that introduced the idea. Do we want to punish people for introducing ideas that we then benefit from? Why can't we just assess the project and report it like that way? That's my thoughts. And then ashy. I'm a black person. I get ashy if I don't moisturize my skin. What is wrong with that term? Isn't it true? Don't we get ashy? Or when the skin looks white, but that's what we call it, ashy. So what's the problem? Was she really ashy? Because if she was truly ashy, then what? What was the problem? I don't understand. How is that a strike against her? Why would you? And then this part, right? This is what stopped me. This person, God bless her and thank her for her story, I'm not mad at her, accused Banks of attempting to make good television at my expense, saying it's my life and it was toyed with consciously. How did you become a part of this? Didn't you at some point choose to be a part of this? Did you not know what you were getting a part of? If someone says, I'm going to make your next top model, you thought, and this goes right back to what I was talking about when I said people who have these highfalutin dreams, right? They want to have limousine experience whilst operating at lower end Toyota car mindset. So you thought they were going to pluck you from where you were and position you on mountain top model, without recognizing and calling out your ashy feet so you can cream it, without your life being impacted consciously. What were you expecting? You know, sometimes I like to watch talent shows, not modeling, singing. I like to watch because I love music. And sometimes when I hear people come on like Britain's Got Talent and whatever, do whatever you want with me. I just want this opportunity. If you listen to them saying they want to come on it, oh my God, I will do anything. And I'm like, did you just say you would do anything? You would do anything. You would do anything. You just said it. And then when anything comes, you start hearing, my life was toyed with consciously. You toyed with your life when you made the decision to enter a competition that was going to rip you apart in order to position you somewhere. You chose that. You can. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're going to evaluate the team and the human impact or the people who were involved, I think it would be so productive and so helpful if it's addressed in a more objective and comprehensive way, because they were all staff and they were all people at work, including Tyra. And the reason I'm using this image of Tyra is not because I'm trying to shame her or I'm trying to say, oh my God, how she looks like that. Because to me, she looks like a woman who's living and who is actively living, engaged in her life. So, but I wanted to use this one because, you see, I want to humanize her, because her face is not made up, because she's not currently in the role, that black top. When she's in that black top, I don't see her in the role of, she's not dressed for the role of modeling today. She's in a different role in her business, or just out walking because she's living her life. But I wanted to humanize her. See, because I don't know why in this world, and I think one of the reasons we're having problems in this world is because those people who claim they're poor, or people who in their minds they're living in lack, somehow tags who they in their minds claim are wealthy, or people who they think have abundance, or people who they think have much or more. It's like they tag them with the responsibility for themselves. Like, you're rich, so you have the responsibility over me, and it was your job to take care of me, and it was your job to make sure I was okay, and it was your job to. Excuse me. We're all here working. I'm here to do my job. I'm not here to do your job. I run a network. I'm building a network. I'm growing a network. And it's the same thing I tell the members of my network. I'm not your secretary. And I'm offended when you treat me like one, because it's disrespectful. It is disrespectful. Even if I know more than you, that's my business. And if you want to know what I know, you pay me for it. There's some walks you have to do alone, no matter what opportunity you get, your role is still relevant. No matter how many people you hire, your role is still relevant. You have to do your part. You are responsible for your choices. You are responsible for your growth. You are responsible for the leadership of self. It doesn't matter how much opportunities you get. And there are people, I'm telling you, I watch the talent shows. It's like they show up and here, have me, transform me. It's like they think somebody's going to wave a magic wand. And as the Disney movies used to show, Simon is going to wave a magic wand And they're no longer going to be who they are today. They're going to be a star. You see, I always say this. I learned something. Be careful what decisions you make when you're hungry. And then who you blame for those decisions when you're full. Be careful of the choices you make when you're hungry, and be mindful of, or conscious or cautious on who you blame for those choices when you are full, filled, no longer hungry. Because the buck starts and stops with you. They presented an opportunity. You took up that opportunity. You uptake it, or uptook it, or whatever you want to call it. You subscribed. You applied. They didn't come into your house and plucked you out. And even if they did that, you still have a choice to say, I'm not coming. Or at least have it on record that they kidnapped you. At the very least, you have to have me on record doing something I didn't want to do. Because if I don't want to do it, kicking and screaming, you're going to remember that I kicked and screamed. Okay? So you, my dear, with much respect and thanks and gratitude for your story, you toyed with your life. And to the extent that anyone actually toyed with your life, it's because you gave them license to. And I'm not saying that because you signed up for a job, you're supposed to be treated a certain way. That's what human resource is for. Are you trying to tell me that their business, their companies did not have human resource? There was nowhere for you to turn to? Because if you had nowhere to turn to, there's a police station somewhere. And there's this thing called quit. Quit. Leave. Exit. Stop it. Take accountability for your choices. And then as it continues, you're going to be in a modeling competition and they don't tell you about what you're eating. Isn't that what all modeling is all about? How you look? I would never enter a modeling competition because I don't want nobody telling me how to eat. And I certainly don't want anybody to tell me how to work, how to do this. And I don't want anybody talking about my body. So I wouldn't even go there. And if you're ashy, you're ashy. So what? I think my feet are ashy right now. Of course they made good TV at your expense. That's why you were paid. And if you weren't paid in money, you were paid in opportunity. That's why you were chosen. What, you thought you were coming on a character to what? Yes, you're going to lend your likeness, your skills, your talent for this business to sell. This product called a television show to sell. And the onus is on you to make sure that they're not the only ones getting a benefit from it, but that you do your part so you never lose your benefit. It was for you to use it. I bet you on your resume right now you have America's Next Top Model. What do you think that is? No dear. You got what happened at your expense was your work and business history. That was the expense. That's what was at your expense. They didn't build a show at your expense. Or let me make sure I'm not saying that they didn't create good TV at your expense. No. You got to work with other people so you could build a resume, a portfolio, a business opportunity, business experience, a business history at your expense. That's what you did. And if you did not like the stakes or the conditions, you had the right to choose another way to get your business history, another way to get yourself platformed, another way to have gotten the honor to come sit here and have this interview to express yourself. They didn't call me. They didn't call me and interviewed me because I never had that opportunity. I never had the grand opportunity you had. Nobody owes us bed of roses. Nobody. It's us that have to vet our own circumstances and decide for ourselves Is this an environment I want to subject myself to? Anybody can do anything to you. You're the one who has to make sure you have boundaries and you stand on them. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy. Since when has anything in life been easy? At the very least, I would have liked to hear her say different. And if she did and they edited it out, then oh well. Yes, but you have to take accountability, and I'm not hearing it. No, continuing on that. Time, oh my gosh. So it says here, Banks in her own interview said she apologized to Evans but defended her actions, saying, there were agents that would tell me she will not work with those teeth. And she apologized. People, again, you want to be in the spot of America's Next Top Model without the consequences of what that calls for. Grow up. With respect, grow up. Make better choices. Go learn who you are so you can choose opportunities, situations, and circumstances and environments where you can thrive in. Make better choices. You learned a lesson, but now, unlike me, you get to walk around and say, I was a part of America's Next Top Model. You know how much I would leverage that. You know how much I would be leveraging that. Every room I enter, they would know I worked with Tyra Banks. I worked with the people who worked with Tyra Banks. Come on. I'm not saying she's perfect. I'm saying she was another person on the job, and you should report her to the human resources or whatever facility or aspects of the program that would have filled that kind of gap, that offered that kind of service. And in lieu of none, go to the police, report it, or quit. When you realize it's not for you, quit. Because they're not going to put somebody out there with teeth they don't approve to be a top model. Anyway. And she apologized. So are we hearing about this again? You're very lucky she apologized. And it was kind of her to apologize. I was rooting for you. Okay, so, and I love that she stood on it. The series also covers, the agents. Right, so she was responding to the agents. The series also covers one of the most infamous America's Next Top Model clashes, in which Banks yells at model Tiffany, I'm not going to say her surname, saying, I was rooting for you. And who said that was a shout? Maybe she was just projecting. Oh, I was rooting for you. I've had persons look at me like, oh my God, she's so horrible. Look at me like, oh my God, she's so angry. When all I did was project, was like, got excited. All I was in a business meeting. All I was passionate. You're the one with the you're perceiving. You're the one with the perception. Again, when you go to any space or through any system trying to become the top anything, what are you expecting? Look at the Olympians and what they go through when they're training. Their legs bruising, their feet, their toes. What were you expecting? We're all rooting for you. How dare you? Banks in the docuseries admitted she went too far and lost it, saying the issue was probably bigger than her. And that's normal too. She's human. Of course, some things happen when you are at work. Things happen when you are at work. I'm sure you two as the participants did things that they didn't like, that they experienced as unpleasant. They didn't like it. I just, that's some black girl stuff. Oh, sorry. Went too far and lost it. Saying the issue was probably bigger than her. That's some black girl stuff that goes real deep inside of me. But instead of me. But Jay Manuel, a former creative director on the reality series, said Banks, in quote, really scared all of us. Jehovah. Huh. You see, I remember I keep going back to that Diddy conversation with his lawyer when they tried to make it seem, because he say that he's like, fix it. I pay you. I hire you as a professional. Fix it. We have this thing that we like to do to people where we like to monster them, and we like to weaponize their humanity against them, knowing that we're in conditions where we operate a certain way. If you stayed, why did you stay? Why didn't you leave? Weren't you even friends at once? Close at once? Your boss scares you. That's not so unfamiliar. My mother scared me. Heck, I love a man who scares me. I don't think he's trying to scare me, but whenever I'm around him, I just feel like I'm on my P's and Q's. And that's it's reverence and respect. Heck, God scares me. What are we talking about here? Really scared all of us, and you all stayed. I guess you weren't scared enough. It's not that I'm here to defend the Tyra. It's just I'm going through this and I'm like, well, I guess they had to identify the issues, right? But these were the issues? Aye. During the confrontation and alleged she said worse things that were not aired, saying the show had lawyers on set the next time they filmed. So there was an incident. This is the worst that came out of that incident? Okay. Banks also had a falling out with Manuel and Judge J. Alexander. Oh, well then. After they were fired from the show. According to the docuseries, I saw a clip where Tyra was saying that she was given, it was delegated to her. She was given a directive that they needed to, the person needed to be fired, or the persons. I don't know if it's both of them at the same time. And she said bosses have bosses too, and that is true. And every boss have a boss, even if that boss is the customer. Even if that boss is the customer. Okay? Or in the case of governments, the people of the country. Everybody have a boss. Anyway, after they were fired from the show, according to the docuseries with Alexander, it's a clip that I saw from Tyra and another clip that made me want to cover this story because I felt it was unfair to her, and I know the feeling. According to the docuseries with Alexander alleging Banks never visited him. This was a thing that that pricked me into this segment. Never visited him after he had a stroke in 2022 that left him unable to walk. I did not find out when he was fired. I will be fair to the guy and say this. I will say this. He was asked if Tyra came to see him. But I think his answer should simply have been, not yet. She spoke with me, but she hasn't come yet. But I'm going to play. Where is it? I want to play it. Here it is. I didn't like it. Hang on. Sorry.
Walks at a walk. And how can walk? Not yet. I'm determined to walk. I'm sure you're going to see me again, I'm sure.
What? Oh, jeez. I'm trying to...
The person who taught Miles how to walk.
Okay, here you go.
The person who taught Miles how to walk. I taught Miles how to walk. And now I can walk. Not yet. I'm determined to walk. I'm sure you're going to see me again, I'm sure. Is that all for me yet?
Did Tyra come and visit you?
No, not yet. She just sent me a text.
She wants to come and visit me. But, no. Not yet. The person who
Now,
taught Miles how to walk.
for me,
The person who taught Miles how to walk.
sorry. I didn't like that. I thought that was nasty. I thought that was very nasty. Very nasty. It was ugly to me. And I think it was an unnecessary question. Well, you know what? Second thought. I don't think it was an unnecessary question. It's okay to say, has Tyra come to see you? I didn't necessarily appreciate how it was asked, but then that's my perception. So it's an okay question. There's something in the air of this that I don't like, and maybe it's me. I don't know. But Tyra is not obligated to. I mean, let me put it this way. I'm not obligated to go see anyone that I worked with because they're sick. I'm not obligated. I'm not even obligated to pray. I'm not even obligated to wish them well. In fact, I'm not obligated to think of them at all. What are we talking about here? Also, based on the fact that they even talk about they were fired from the show, there could have been emotional, and as she said, somebody sent her, you see, how do you know she didn't feel a way when she had to do that? And also she could be thinking that maybe they feel a way too. Was it pleasant? And even at its most pleasant, it would still have left some degree of discomfort. I don't know, like I feel like she has contacted me expressing interest to visit me, but she hasn't visited yet. And I would like to thank her for that. Because she doesn't have to come to see you, sir. What obligates her to come to see you? I'm trying to understand. What obligates her to come to see you? These expectations we have. These expectations, and we cast shadows over people's lives because of how we present our expectations of them. It's not fair. She's a regular person like everybody else, and that's why I use that picture. She's a person too, and whatever she's earned, she earned. However she earned it. You were all employed on a project, and to the extent you forgot you were at work because you were having a good time, that's on you. You need to remember, these are people I'm working with. These are people, and people are people. You don't know what they're going through in their own lives. You don't know what heartbreak they're going through. You don't know who in her family is going through a stroke right now. You don't know. When was the last time you visited her? I'm so proud of the way she responded, like a boss. Like a boss. As a boss, you have to be prepared for people to not like you. I hear people wanting to expand. You want to have this, you want to have that. Do you understand what that requires? That's what I'm talking about. And when God gives you the systems, you have to use it, and then you're going to have the uncomfortable position of telling other people that they need to do it too. The same. This is something that I learned. A lot of people don't get to success because of the views they have on successful people. Because they soon found out that the critiques and the way the criticisms they laid at the feet at the successful person, when they start moving in those same circles and realize they have to start moving the same ways, they realize, oh, no, I'm the one being criticized and I don't like it. So I'm going to pull back because I don't like the responsibility. I don't like the accountability. I don't like the unpleasantries. Sometimes I use words and I'm not even sure if it's a word. It is, pleasantries is a word. So, I don't like that I'm going to have to sit in the same darkness I laid out for somebody else before me. See, we have to be careful how we treat people. Because God might just bless you and put you in their position. We think that we could only fall into some positions. Oh no. I don't think a fall will ever put you in any position that's going to require more of you than a position a climb will put you in. You see, blessings, yes, when God bless you, it's not, listen, blessings is not a joke, you know. I'm a blessed person. It's not a joke. There are responsibilities and accountabilities that come with being blessed, with being given little. We have to be good stewards. And we have to be cautious how we treat other stewards, because they become our company when God bless us. That's the company we land in. That's the network. What if God decides tomorrow he's going to shift you from a $10 paycheck to a $500 million paycheck? Right up there you are now with the Jeff Bezos of the world, the people who you hated, the Sean Combs of the world. What do you do? What do you do? And so a lot of us never get to success, not because the opportunities didn't come. You know, God didn't give me more. He made me want less. That's my success. That's my success. I did not know that's what success was. I used to always think, I will never be successful. And if I'm successful, I will never say it. I am successful today, right here sitting speaking with you. I'm a very successful person because God made me want less. And that's a whole other conversation, my darlings. A whole other conversation. We've got to be careful, cautious even, how we treat the people who risk it all to create opportunities that we then enjoy. Sir, I have compassion for what you've been through. But you got paid for your job. When you worked, you got paid. That was the obligation. Everything else is bonus and blessings. And we should be mindful how we have expectations of blessings and bonus and extras. It should be handled with care. I'm not saying you shouldn't have the desire for it, but it should be handled with a certain kind of grace, I think. That's just my opinion. Yeah. And so I ask God to help me, because I'm not listening to this because to correct him. God exposed me to it because there's a lesson in it for me to remember when next I get entitled, I become entitled. I need to remember, because it's about self-work. And so I thank you, Miss J, it is. I think it's Miss J, I don't want to mispronounce. Yeah, Miss J Alexander. Thank you. Yeah. For the mindfulness you're giving me now, that should I be asked that question, I want to be conscious of how I'm answering it, so that I can honor the blessing. Tyra is one person working hard like everybody else. We all have to do our job. And your welfare is your job. You know I'm building a system. Excuse me. Yesterday, my voice in my head, my God was talking to me, and it's like, my God said to me, I want you to do this episode today because what you're building will grow. And when it grows, you're going to have people who say, oh, but I was there from the beginning, and now she's behaving like she's better than me, and she's above me, and blah, blah. You will have people who will say that. Yeah. But those are going to be the same people who chose not to learn the system, who chose not to matriculate from old ways, who chose not to advance themselves, who chose not to do their work, who chose to hang on to your coattail, thinking hanging on to the access to you would bring all they needed. But it wouldn't, because the access only gives you access. Your work is your work. Nobody can do your work. It doesn't matter how many people you hire. You still have to do your work. You have to show up and you have to steward what God gave you to steward. I have to do it too. We have to be cautious. And that's what God said to me. And God said, I needed to do this episode. I needed to do this episode as protection for me, because he's bringing me to a place I don't know. So I'm not doing this episode by accident. I'm just trying to be obedient, because I won't understand the fullness of this yet. Because you see, this is not my first rodeo in entrepreneurship. 9 times over. And there are people who you give everything, and when they leave, they have the biggest complaints, and they gave the least. Because opportunities are given not to do the work for you, but it's to give you access so you can do the work and reap the rewards for your work, not my work, your work. Don't get left behind. Don't get left behind. When when the abundance happens, don't get left behind, because it will be on you. It will be on you, all you, whether you win or fail. And this is what I say. Don't thank me, acknowledge me, but thank God. Because I don't have the capacity to multiply anything. And that's why I know, I hear everything the Bible says about a rich person, but I also know only God can give abundance. Only God can transform idea to successful business. Only God can multiply things. We could work our fingers to the dirt until God blesses it. It will never produce the harvest you're looking for. God has to say yes. And once I understood that God is in control, I moved different. It's not people. Take your eyes off people. This entire life experience you're having is between you and your God. You and your God. This whole life experience I learned was a whole thing between me and my God. The whole life experiences I've been having had nothing to do with my mother, who I grew up thinking didn't want me. Poor woman. God bless her. She didn't choose either. God used her too. And then after she brought me here, I was not grateful at all. Lived a good portion of my life wanting to die. Yeah. And now I'm so thankful to her, because she brought me for 9 months, I think. 8.5 pounds. She said I was the heaviest one. I don't know her story, but from the little I've heard so far, that she carried me, that she mustered the strength to carry me, is more than I could ask of her. And I'm extremely grateful to my mother. The next story I want to quickly go over, I won't stay long here, is Fantasia. And the whole thing with her. Oh no, I did not. I didn't read it. I didn't bring it. So her husband did a grand presentation to her. I'm just gonna skip. Say, oh, the entire thing is okay. Yeah. Right. He presented her with a new ring. With a ring. I mean, like he reproposed or something. What does it say? I'll read it. The Shade Room. Credit to the Shade Room for both clips. The sweetest thing ever. Kendall Taylor surprised his wife Fantasia at her Valentine's Day show. The two got married 11 years ago, but Kendall says he never gave her the proper proposal she deserved. Such a beautiful moment. But apparently, her father came out and did what I would call put a damper on it, because from my understanding, he's expressing concerns about the husband towards Fantasia, and according to the reports, claiming this was all for show. Well, this is what I'll say, because I'm already way over time. Okay, so it's for show. So, okay. It was a beautiful show. Now, I cannot get in between a parent and a child ever. And I believe there is some inherent care that parents have for their kids, no matter how they express it, no matter if they can or cannot express it. I believe inherently parents love their kids, even if they don't know how to show or demonstrate that love. I just, everything happened as it's supposed to. That's number one. Let's honor that. Let's honor that. Perhaps he was supposed to do this exactly as he did it, and God understands why. I don't like it. I would not have liked it for myself. Give my show, and give me a moment to bask in the pretense. Then, tell me in March. Is how I feel. Tell me in March. Let me enjoy February. Let me enjoy. No, it happened. Let me enjoy it. Again, mindfulness. But then again, with everything I just said about the both stories I spoke about, personally for me, I would not have liked that. It would have hurt me. I would have preferred. There has to be other ways that care can be demonstrated, that protection can be shown, and care versus public correction, public embarrassment. How do we protect without humiliating? I guess that's what I'm asking. Weaponized, we have to be mindful not to weaponize entitlement. And be careful about projecting obligations on other people. That's the message. We have to do our work. We have to do our work. And this has been Allegedly. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. It is my hope that I offended no one. And if I did, it was because God wanted it to happen that way. And so I pray for grace for both of us, for all of us. Yeah. But it was not my intention to cause harm. I just want us to be in mindfulness and do our self-work. Right? Thank you so much for watching Allegedly. I'm Coach Raquel.
Welcome to mycoachministry.com. We're on a mission to empower 1 million purpose-driven entrepreneurs, turning calling into currency. Through strategic coaching, we guide visionary leaders, brand elevation, and creative empowerment, helping leaders break barriers and own their identity. Build impactful, wealth-generating brands that echo across generations.
All right. So, oh my goodness, we've come to the end of another show, and it brings me such joy to do this with you. We're all in this dance with God called life. And it is my wish for you and for us that as we dance, that we will experience it all, bask in it all, take it all in, right? Take it all in. And most importantly, allow the breakdowns to happen. Sometimes you're going to step on his feet, and sometimes we might lose our way. And sometimes we try to take over from him, from his leadership in the dance. Sometimes we want to break out into all kind of, you know, you know, when he's waltzing, where they're, what they call it? I don't remember what they call it when you do with your bottom. You know, and sometimes when he's twirling us, we're gonna be there, you know, easy skanking or butterflying or whatever. But in the end, I think what's most important is that we do the dance. We just remember that it's a dance, and don't allow the errors, the mistakes, the hits here or there, and hits and misses. Don't allow that to dominate or to take over the dance. Keep dancing. Keep dancing. And it's okay to do the SWOT analysis and the assessments and to the critiques that need to be done so that you can learn from your mistakes and others, and also from other people's mistakes, so you can become a better dancer with God. Yeah. Anyway, I just want to say thank you so much for staying with me today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching, liking, subscribing, supporting. I appreciate you for appreciating me, and I appreciate those who show up and support me, who take the time to hear what I really have to say by sitting down and listening to my podcast, listening to the things I say, reading the things I write, working the systems I create, using them so you can know what to extract from it. And I'm investing in you too. It's my job to learn you. So that's what I keep doing. I keep studying you so that I can support you in the way it works for you. And when I miss, please stop me, correct me, then teach me how. Because I'd like to learn so I can support you better. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Unlock your potential every Thursday with our podcast, Refresh, Relax, Renew. Join Coach Raquel as she guides you through personal development journeys. Each episode focuses on actionable steps to enhance your personal journey. The podcast features 3 main segments to keep you engaged. We start with discussions on trending topics relevant to your growth. Then we unbox solutions to common challenges we face daily. Finally, stay updated with fresh funding opportunities each week. Tune in every Thursday for new episodes, and see you there.
I love to open new packages. I want to deliver the latest information on top funding opportunities for entrepreneurs who are seeking funding. Come along with me and Coach Raquel, and it is a passion project for me, so I am so happy to bring this to you. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching.